Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned. Right now, we are following a very serious and urgent story coming from Nigeria. Security forces are responding to a major situation involving the abduction of school children. This is not a story we hear every day, and the developments are unfolding fast. As I walk you through what's happening, make sure to hit that like button if you're following this news closely, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. This is a story that is developing minute by minute. Just a few days ago in Kebbi State, armed men attacked a girls' school very early in the morning. They scaled the fence and forced their way into the dormitory, abducting 25 young girls. Tragically, the vice principal, Mr. Hassan Makuku, who tried to protect his students, was shot and killed during the attack. The pain and fear this caused the families is unimaginable. Right now, security forces, including the police and military units, are combing the area trying to rescue the children. President Bola Tinubu himself has ordered all agencies to act fast. Everyone is on high alert. Meanwhile, in Niger State, another school, St. Mary's Catholic School, was attacked. Reports indicate over 200 pupils and a dozen staff were taken by armed men. Some students managed to escape, but many are still missing, and local authorities are working with security teams to rescue them. Communities are terrified, and parents are desperate for news. It is truly heartbreaking. If you're following this story and want to support awareness, make sure to like this video and subscribe for continuous updates. It helps the channel reach more people who need to know about this. What makes this even more concerning is that these incidents are happening back to back, showing a worrying pattern. These are not isolated cases. They point to a larger security problem affecting schools in Nigeria. Experts describe the attackers as bandits, often former herders or local criminals who take advantage of weak security and vulnerable areas. So far, no group has officially claimed responsibility for these attacks, which makes it harder to predict what will happen next. The government is acting. The Chief of Army Staff has directed troops to conduct intelligence-driven operations to locate the abductors and bring the children back safely. Local vigilante groups and hunters who know the terrain are also helping. But while efforts are ongoing, the fear remains high among parents and the community. Schools are supposed to be safe spaces, places where children can learn and grow. Now, every parent in these areas is worried about sending their children to school. If you are hearing this and want to stay updated on the rescue operations, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any developments. Communities are also raising concerns about the use of funds intended to protect schools. The Nigerian Senate has demanded a probe into the Safe School Fund, questioning whether money allocated for school security is actually being used effectively. This is a crucial point. Parents and citizens are asking whether more could have been done to prevent these attacks. Every moment counts when children are taken from their families, and time lost can mean the difference between a safe rescue and further danger. International organizations, including UNESCO, have condemned the attacks, highlighting that children's rights to education are being violated. The global attention adds pressure on the Nigerian government to act quickly and decisively. Families are living in fear, and communities are on edge, wondering if their children will be next. That is why the work of security forces, vigilantes, and intelligence agencies is so critical. Now, let's talk about the human side of this crisis. For the parents, grandparents, and teachers involved, this is an unimaginable nightmare. Every parent watching this should take a moment to empathize. Sending your child to school should never come with fear for their life. Communities are uniting to support families, sharing information, and trying to aid rescue efforts where possible. Social media is flooded with calls for help, updates, and prayers. If you are watching this, you can also be part of spreading awareness by liking this video and sharing it so that people know the seriousness of the situation. At the same time, security forces are under tremendous pressure. They have to track criminals through forests and difficult terrain, often at night, with limited intelligence. Mistakes can be costly, and there's no room for error. Every operation is urgent and time sensitive. Parents are desperate for updates, but the authorities need time to plan and execute rescue missions carefully. This situation raises serious questions about the safety of children in schools across the region. Are existing security measures enough? Are resources being used effectively? How can communities protect children while waiting for authorities to respond? These are not easy questions, but they are essential for all of us to consider. If you want to stay informed about what comes next, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. I will continue bringing you real-time updates and detailed coverage of this story. As we continue, let's remember, this is not just about numbers or headlines. Behind every statistic, there are real children, real families, real teachers whose lives have been turned upside down. In Kebbi State, parents are waiting anxiously for news of their daughters. They cannot sleep, cannot eat properly, and every sound in the night makes them worry. Communities are rallying, organizing such efforts, and providing information to security forces. This is a shared struggle, and it shows how important it is for neighbors, friends, and local leaders to stay alert and work together. If you are watching this and want to support awareness, please like this video and subscribe to keep receiving updates. The attacks in Niger State were even larger in scale. With over 200 students and 12 teachers abducted, the pressure on authorities is immense. Some of the children managed to escape during the chaos, but most were taken into the surrounding areas, where dense forests make rescue operations extremely challenging. Security forces are using every tool available: helicopters, ground patrols, intelligence networks, and local guides to try to locate the abductors and bring the children back safely. Every minute counts in such situations, and that is why the government has declared this a top priority. Remember to hit that like button if you are following this story and want to help share awareness. We also need to talk about why this is happening. Analysts suggest that the attackers are mainly local criminal groups, sometimes referred to as bandits. Many are former herders or people displaced by conflicts who have turned to crime as a means of survival. While this does not excuse their actions in any way, it helps us understand the patterns and motives behind these kidnappings. These groups often target schools because they know security is weaker and the children can be used to demand ransoms. Understanding this helps the public see why prevention and intelligence are so important. The government's response has been rapid, but it is not easy. The Chief of Army Staff has directed troops to intensify intelligence-led operations, and local vigilantes and hunters are assisting. These individuals know the terrain better than anyone else, which is crucial when searching forests and the remote villages where the abductors may take the children. The pressure is high, and every decision can affect where the children are rescued safely. Communities, families, and authorities are all holding their breath right now. If you want to stay informed and support awareness efforts, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon for updates. Let's also consider the broader impact. Parents are scared to send their children to school, and teachers are worried about their safety every day. Children themselves are facing trauma, not just those who were abducted, but also those who witnessed attacks or heard about them from friends. This psychological impact is serious. Schools are supposed to be safe places, but repeated attacks undermine the confidence in education as a safe path for the next generation. Communities are demanding better protection, and rightly so. If you care about this issue, like this video and share it with your friends and family to help raise awareness. International organizations are closely watching the situation. UNESCO has condemned these attacks and called for the immediate release of all abducted children. This global attention adds pressure on the Nigerian government to act quickly and effectively. It also reminds all of us that education is a basic right and the safety of children must be a top priority everywhere. Families across the world can relate to the fear these parents are feeling, and we all hope for swift action to bring the children home. Now, as we look at the government's response, we see a combination of strong words and serious action. President Tinubu has emphasized the need for urgency, while the Senate has launched an investigation into the Safe School Fund. This fund was supposed to improve security in schools, and the Senate wants to ensure that the money is being used properly. This is crucial because communities need assurance that schools are genuinely safe and that measures are in place to prevent such tragedies in the future. Every parent deserves that peace of mind. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to follow developments closely. It is also important to highlight the role of community members. In many areas, local leaders, teachers, and families are organizing themselves to provide information to security forces, monitor suspicious activity, and protect children wherever possible. This partnership between authorities and communities is key to stopping these attacks. Vigilance, cooperation, and timely reporting can make the difference between safety and danger. Every viewer watching this can also help by staying aware and spreading verified information. So hit that like button and subscribe. It helps this channel continue sharing important stories like these. We must also talk about hope. Even in these difficult times, there are stories of courage, students who escaped, teachers who stayed behind to protect their students, and community members who risk their safety to help are all examples of bravery. The security forces themselves are working tirelessly under difficult conditions to rescue these children. It is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there are people fighting for good and trying to make a difference. The truth is, this crisis is ongoing. Rescues are being attempted, investigations are happening, and families are waiting. Communities are anxious but also resilient. They are sharing information, comforting one another, and hoping for the safe return of their children. It is a reminder to all of us about the importance of safety, vigilance, and community support. As we continue to follow this story, keep in mind the lessons it teaches. Security needs to be strengthened, awareness must be raised, and families and children must be protected. Schools should be places of learning, not fear. Every child deserves the chance to grow, learn, and thrive without the threat of violence. If you want to keep following this story and others like it, like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications.